Hey everybody, good morning. It is 8:42 in the morning, bright and early. It's January 28th, 2021. I'd like to quickly go through some travel stocks. First, I want to take a look at the S&P 500. I also want to take a look at NASDAQ a little bit. I want to focus a little bit on the S&P because I think this is going to be a pretty big factor going into the coming weeks here. So before I get into any of this, of course, as you all know, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You're responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research, just giving my opinion on the market. If you'd like to have access to our Discord server, there is a link in the video description. Feel free to click on that link to get access to our community. All right, like I said, I'd like to do this quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and dive right into the charts. All right, so right now, and let me go ahead and close out my watch list here because we're focusing on this. So what I'm looking at here, just really quickly, we've talked about this quite a bit, but there were a few things that kind of showed up, which is really pretty interesting. I want to point it out. So first off, from the top here down to the bottom, you can see we came down in 5 waves. We've covered this many times in the past. In my opinion, that's a wave A. All right, if this was the top of a major wave 3, we come down here for wave A, and then if we're going to have an expanded flat scenario, we would expect to come up here to the negative 382, which is currently at 4,035. All right, so if we do happen to make our way up there to 4,035, that is in high confluence. Excuse me. That is in high confluence with this top up here at 4,033. It's almost identical, almost right on, almost right on. All right, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to dig a little deeper into an hourly, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. But from down here, right, we're measuring this top to this bottom, and it's just very coincidental that negative 382, which is, a high probability target for an expanded flat. If we have an A down here, we have a B up here, and then we go down for the C. Now, we don't know how deep the C is going to go. It may only come down here. It may stop at 3,000. We don't know where it's going to end. But one way or another, I do believe that it is possible. This is a scenario that I am watching here. Okay, this is a scenario that I'm watching. So again, going back down here to the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're working on this ending diagonal for this wave 5. And I think we can all agree this is a diagonal. This is not indicative of a wave 3. Right, so if this was a wave 3, so if we had, 1, 2, we would expect wave 3 to be much stronger. And that's not what we're getting. Basically what we're getting is 1, 2, 3. This is not what a wave 3 looks like. So this is not a wave 3. A lot of people looking at this as, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this is like going straight up. But the problem is it's just not moving in that direction. All right, so this is what I have come up with for this. I'm going to go to an hourly, and I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to make this look decent. All right, so here's the top in September of 2020. All right, we've been talking about this for a while as well. We come down here, we have a nice correction, and then from down here, we've got a 1, 2. I measured this 1, 2, and this measurement has proven to be extremely important because the 175, which we talk about all the time, the 175 high probability target where we usually stop for a wave 3, it hit it. It hit it perfectly, and I missed it. I missed it because, well, I wasn't paying attention, so that's me dropping the ball, but we hit it. One way or another, on this big wick down here, we cashed out of all of our positions when this happened. All right, when we had this big pull down, I saw this as a bearish validation, bullish invalidation. We had this level right here, which got taken out, and I wasn't expecting to really recover, although we did, but we failed pretty bad. Now, we're on our way back up. I'm going to talk a little bit about where I think it's going to go. I do want to focus on travel stocks, so I'm going to quickly recap this. From down here on the bottom, we've got a nice 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 3, A, B, C into the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I'm actually going to make a slight adjustment to this after taking a look off of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 as an ending diagonal. This works out pretty well as an ending diagonal. We've got 3 waves here, 3 waves here, and so we would kind of expect 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and then straight down A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. It works out. It works out really well. It works out really well for this to be the finishing diagonal of this wave 3. Okay, that wave 3 I believe is finished. So where are we going to go from here? Well, we came down here to the 236 pretty well, right? And this is measuring wave 2 all the way up here to our top, right there. Okay, we came down here to 236 almost perfectly. You would expect there to be some support there, and naturally we're bouncing. We're bouncing, and so so this looks okay for right now. But let me show you guys what I am paying attention to, and you guys should be paying attention to this as well. All right, from this top to this bottom. First off, what I can see here is a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves, okay? Now we would expect there to be 3 waves up, right? Because markets don't just move in one direction. We would expect there to be 3 waves up. I'm just going to measure this here real quick. Where do I think this is going to go? And if you guys haven't noticed, I don't usually plan a lot of these ahead of time. You get to watch my brain work. You get to watch the way that I think. Well, so it looks like we do want to find ourselves coming up a little bit higher. This 1236, which is sitting right here at 37.64, this is going to be pretty important to get through. Like, do I think we're going to get through it? Yeah, I think we probably will. Because I think this is just an ABC of an A. Okay, so from down here, I believe we're going to get the A, pull back for the B, go up for the C, and then we're going to get rejected. Okay, we're going to get rejected. Now, where are we going to get rejected? I like to watch for the 50. Okay, I like to watch for the 50 because that's usually where we have our high confluence for rejection. Well, right there at 37.82 and then 380. 380 potentially, that's where the 618 is. This is where you guys should be watching for us to go. So from here, you have your A, B, C. How high do we go? Don't really know. Maybe we stop here at the 382. Maybe we do get all the way up to the 50, and then we come down, and then we go back up here, and then we finally fall some more. Okay? If we can get above that 3,800 level, then I think that we can probably move ourselves higher, and this could, in some strange way, be the bottom, right? So in other words, if this 5 is actually over here, it's very reasonable to assume that we could have a little bit of this going on. It's possible that we have an ABC in this scenario. It's possible that that is in. I don't believe that it is, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Let me move that back. We're going to have to wait and see how high this goes. All right. I do want to spend a little bit of time looking at travel stocks. So let's take a look at travel. Let's take a look at UAL. So obviously we have a little bit of a gap up today on a lot of airlines. This guy is gapping up significantly. I'm going to go to the hourly. I'm going to go to the hourly and we're going to take a look at this all the way from March. Okay, so our indicator actually said to buy travel stocks yesterday or the day before, and obviously they're significantly up. United Airlines is up. Where do I think United Airlines is? Well, right now what I can see here is we've got a descending channel that we're still in the middle of. Okay, I don't think travel is out of the woods yet. I mean, obviously they're pretty well shorted right now. Let's take this down here from the bottom to the top there. We hit our algo target here already with this A, B, C. I don't think this is a 1, 2, 3. That doesn't work as a 1, 2, 3. And then obviously we made it a little bit higher. So from here, let me just take a look. I'm going to go to a 4-hour and I'm going to remove our indicator here for a moment. I just want to see where we got to from the top, which was right up here to the bottom. We rejected the 618. So I would be very skeptical buying airlines up here at these, well, at least United Airlines, right? So I'm just really speaking for United Airlines at the moment. We got rejected up here at the 618, which was at $51. Right now we're at $43.25, a nice big move up. Markets don't move in one direction. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens. I would be very careful buying United Airlines. If you do, this upper trend line right here, you're going to want this to break. You're going to want this to break and go through. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If it can break above that, then I think it could probably overtake that 618. But for right now, this looks like we are still in this channel, and it's still a little bit more dangerous. Like obviously buying at the bottom of that channel would have been okay. It would have paid pretty well, but for right now, not really sure. Let's take a look at Delta. So that was United. Now we're taking a look at Delta, which looks similar. Let's just check again, check the top to the bottom and see where we pulled back to. My guess, we probably pulled back to the 618, although it looks like we went a little bit higher. In the end, we did. So Delta actually looks better than United right now, and a lot of people like Delta because they have the middle seat blocked and all this and that. But one way or another, this one is above the 618, so that is good. Let me get off of log and into arithmetic. So on arithmetic, yeah, it still supports a move up here to about $45. Let me take a look at United and let's just see if that supports a similar move. Okay, so United, yeah, so on logarithmic, we did get rejected at the 618, but on arithmetic, we have support up here to $67. And if I zoom out, that 50 is more important at $57. Okay, so if this works out the way that it looks like it wants to, then okay, this is a little more clear here now that I went back to arithmetic. So we've got from the bottom A, B, C to the A, and then the B, and then that 1, 2, 3, 6 is sitting right there. Okay, so this is a little more clear. It's very possible that this does make its way up there. Obviously, this stock is up quite a bit today. I don't have, let's see here. It's up about, I mean, it's really only up about 5.5%, 6% right now, which is not a lot. We still have, yeah, there's still more significant upside in United Airlines, Delta Airlines. Let's take a look at Spirit Air Save. Spirit Air, let's take a look at this guy. This one looks not bad. It looks very similar to the others. So we'll tag it up here at the top. We'll work our way down here to the bottom, and we're going to stay off of log scale for a moment. That 50, I think it's the 50. I think that's our target. And the reason why I say that is because so far on all of these guys, there has been significant support there at the 50 in prior days, you know, all the way back here in 2015, in 2017, 2018, 2019, we fell. We're crawling ourselves back up here. And again, very similar to the others, there's a big gap up. That 50 is going to be significant resistance, right? It was support for so many different years. And now the first time we get to it, I don't think it's going to break through. So in Spirit Airlines, I think that number is 3609. All right, let's just take a look at cruise lines. Let's start with Carnival, my favorite. Love Carnival. All right, so we already started looking at this a while back down here to the bottom. We're looking for this to move up here to 29.65, maybe even, I don't have the 123.6 on here. Let me add that, maybe 33. Let's measure this guy. We'll just see if it follows suit with the rest. Top to the bottom. Where's the 50? Right there at 40.26. That's much higher than I really kind of expected. Sorry, I'm just looking here. I'm not sure. I mean, I can see the support there, so it makes sense. And more confluence with support here back in 2016. Let's just see if we've got more data. So there was resistance here, support here, support there, and that's right at the 50. So I gotta think we're gonna make it up there, but actually Carnival looks like it'll eventually break through based on this impulsive move here. So we'll just have to wait and see. One way or another, again, I would watch what happens there at the 50. I would be very careful there. Let's take a look at Norwegian Cruise Lines, NCLH. Norwegian Cruise Lines. Gosh, such a big drop off here. I'm going to go to a daily for Norwegian. I want to make sure that I get the absolute top here. I'm going to get this absolute top. I'm going to come all the way down here to the bottom. And the 50 is right there at 35.64, which is in high confluence with prior resistance and then prior support. You break through the resistance, it becomes support. You break through the support, and it should become resistance. Where we're at right now is basically where Norwegian Cruise Lines opened back in 2013. So if we can find ourselves back up here, I would think that this at 35.64 is likely where we're going to get some resistance. If it just grinds here between 28 and 35, it'll break through. There's no doubt in my mind it'll break through. I know there's a lot of people itching to get back on cruise ships, myself included. I'd love to see cruise lines reopen, and that would be a really great way for these to do a crazy recovery. Let's take a look at Royal Caribbean, RCL. I think this is the last one I'm going to do. I didn't do too bad today. 16 minutes and I've gone through a whole bunch of different things here. All right, so Royal Caribbean, actually this one looks stronger than the others. Let's just measure it and see if we have confirmation on that. We broke through the 50, and I'm not on log scale, I'm on arithmetic. I think this one's going to get all the way up here to the 618. It would make a lot of sense. Again, back where there is prior support. So Royal Caribbean currently at $70, I think can get up to 90. Is there a good trade setup here though? I mean, probably not right now. Not right now, I don't think. I do think that this correction looks like it completed again. Our waves indicator is indicating that this was a good place to start buying. Now it's not. Today it's not, but yesterday it would have been. But I think a lot of people were very, very hyper focused on GameStop, BlackBerry, AMC. They're hyper focused on all of that, and they tend to forget about all of the other things that are out there. And this market is much bigger than a handful of stocks. So I think there may have been some missed opportunity, but at the end of the day, I think that if these guys can break out of their channel, because it looks like a lot of them are in a channel of sorts, if these guys can break out of their channels, then I do think that they have that potential to make their way up to those respective targets that we discussed. Again, for Royal Caribbean, we're watching up here at $91. And of course, you can go back and refer to the other charts for the other assets. I would wait for a little bit of a pullback, or likely we're going to get a pullback at the open. I would consider that a bear trap after our markup overnight like we just had. So just to kind of keep that in check as well. I think that's something to keep an eye on. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you need access to our Discord, there's a link in the video description. And if this video did help you in any way, shape, or form, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And in case I don't